Right, it's a bit dull in here today, but I'm going to have a try at making this crispy chili beef. I've been working on trying to recreate crispy chili beef for a long time. Come to the conclusion after tearing down a piece that it's literally a shred of slow cooked beef, a single shred of slow cooked beef. Get down, dog, down, down. Battered in a Chinese sort of style batter. I think it's cornstarch, potato starch actually as well. So I did cook this piece of beef brisket. I think I maybe should have shredded it whilst it was still warm. It's not a very long piece, but we'll see if we can get any shreds out of this. Cut a piece off for the dog and start from there. Now, obviously, I think the piece that the Chinese would use would be a long piece, and you would literally break down these shreds. I think it should have been hot, maybe? No, but there you go. You can imagine that. Twice as long, a longer piece of brisket or slow cooking beef. And I believe that that is just battered and deep fried. Probably partially deep fried, and then frozen, and then pulled out a portion when it's required. Now, really, that's too much. Dog, get away! I know it smells lovely. Good boy. You can have some later. So, these shreds, and there's your chili beef. That's what costs you £6 for a portion. Which is why I need to recreate it, because I'm addicted to the stuff. And I spend too much money on it. And plus, I mean, MSG is probably fine. I do love a bit of MSG. It makes my food taste good. But I choose either to use MSG or salt, really. Now, fine, I've got some MSG, and if I use it, I'll just go a bit more steady on any other form of sodium. But salt and MSG together just dehydrates the hell out of me, and it's no good. So yeah, I'm just shred some of this off of here, and then we'll get some batter made, and I will show you how to recreate the chili beef, the modern chili beef, with the crispy stuff, not sliced pieces of beef fried in a wok, because they don't go crispy, as you know. So yeah, we'll some nice little shreds off of here. Get some batter made. I've got to pick the little one up from school soon, so hopefully we've got enough time. I also want to do sweet and sour kung po style whiting, and I need to eat that fish today, so I'll probably get on with that. But there's the prep for a bit of chili beef. I don't know how many pieces you get in a chili beef portion. Not a massive amount for the price. Hope I'm not giving away any secrets, but there you go. So, come back to you soon. This is simply an experiment just to see how to make it, really, but you know, if this is right and that's how they do it, then I suppose it's pretty labour intensive if I've got to batter each individual piece of this. So that's probably where the price, that's why you pay for it. It's not because it's beef, because there's not a lot of beef in it. But I suppose you've got to pay for someone to stand there and make it on an industrial scale, probably. I imagine them buying this stuff in big plastic containers. I would have thought. I don't know if there's any Chinese people out there want to be straight up with me and tell me, do you buy it in job lots, or do you sit there every night and make a shed load of this stuff? Trade secrets, no doubt. But I've been watching, I'm not sure what channel it is, but a channel with a couple of people that own a Chinese takeaway, and they've given away a fair few trade secrets. But one they haven't given away, I don't believe, is this crispy chili beef, or shredded chili beef. Don't tell the missus. I have cleaned them. Perfect little utensil for this. Right, this batter hasn't worked. I need to come back once I've made a new batter. That didn't work. Let's see what it does. It's crunchy. Very crunchy. Let's make some more batter. Right, we made up another batter. This is 50% self-frozen flour and 50% cornstarch, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. Drop a little bit and see what that does. It's not heated up fully yet. Oh, yes, there it is. Ooh, there it is. that exploded up exactly like I was expecting it to. I've ordered a kitchen spider. I don't know if people know what one of those is. It's like a tea strainer for getting out stuff. That's just reminded me. Get all that. Right. Whoa. Had some water in that tea strainer. Dodgy. I don't know what temperature we were on. I've had to check that really. It's like the sound of that. Let's get this on. You won't be able to hear me very well. Get a starting point, then I know where we're at. We're at 195, that's quite a lot. So, here's the new batter mix. Turn that off. A few bits of beef in there. I'd love to just dump it all in, but it's, it's going to come out in one big fat chunk of so I presume somebody sits there and does this. If only I could find out. Probably a rather thicker batter. Get back on the heat, it's not reacting very well. Bear in mind these are quite small pieces. Fiddly. Just dumping these little bits in, one by one. I went to eat as much as you like Chinese somewhere in Colchester, and they had crispy shredded pork, and it tasted exactly the same as crispy shredded beef. So I'm pretty sure it's the batter, not much more. These have come out a bit thin, but oops, I'm sure with a better technique, a better batter, potato starch would be a good option to try. I'm sure I've seen them say they use potato starch. Or even a thicker batter. I will try that in a second. But we'll just get an idea of what these look like. It's not far off. It's not far off looking like crispy chili beef. Can't wait for my kitchen spider to come. Be able to deep fry and get all this out of here pretty easily. So, if you can see that, it looks like crispy chili beef piece to me. Can I get it on the camera there? Oh, look at that break. Oh yeah. And there's that piece of beef inside that you see when you break open a bit of chili beef and go, what have they made that from? Can you see it on there? Probably not. It's inside. You've got yourself. It tastes exactly the same. I've cracked it. Chili beef on tap. Whenever I want it. Spot on. Right, I've mixed up a thicker batter. I've dumped loads of shredded pieces in there. I'm just going to try and individually get them in the fryer, see if there's a quicker way of getting them in there. Probably not, but these are short pieces as well, so a little less manageable. But we'll give it a go. I don't know where we're at. They're actually breaking apart in there. So normally these types of things benefit massively from a double frying, but this is pretty hot. Right, so we're almost done. It's not got the yellowness to it. I can smell the cooking turmeric though. Going to leave them there for a minute to see how stable that batter is. It's got a lot of cornstarch in there, so it should be pretty stable. And just add some more. I've used a tiny little bit of beef brisket on that. Tiniest piece. Probably about 50p's worth of beef, I reckon. See how stable these are now. Good. Chili beef. Could taste there's no seasoning in there, could it's obviously do with salt. Probably if you want it to taste like the Chinese MSG as well. But it's not far off. Potato starch, I think it's going to make the difference. But that looks good. Bear in mind, as I said, this is just an experiment, so I haven't had any lunch. I think I've got some white rice. I've got a bit of sweet and sour sauce. think I'll just this rest this back in there. Oh, it's quite crispy already, but have it. So yeah, I'll have this for a late lunch. I'll try and 1:15. Turn that off. I think I will salt this now because I forgot to put any salt or seasoning in the batter, and it won't taste quite right. Sea salt on there. I'm just going to grab whatever pan's handy, to be honest. I do like cooking in a wok, it is fun. But none of this messing around making sauces when I can buy it in a packet. Thank you very much. Feed that through. Stick yourself some veggies in there, veggies and bits in there if you want. There's my rice. Bit of garlic in there, go nice as well. Kung po. But you can't see that in that pan. In fact, I'm going to stick it in one of these. Ow, 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 ouch. Stick it in there. Excuse the state of the place. Bits of meat everywhere. But that, to me, looks like chili beef. And it feels like chili beef. It's hot. Oh my god, it crunches just like chili beef. It's amazing. Come back to you in a second. Chuffed with that. Don't know what sort of view you're going to get from this camera, but Chinese is here. It's me 2-minute microwave rice. And me chili beef. Now, I ain't putting carrots in it. I don't know why they do that, but I pick them all out anyway. Not for me, thank you. Crunchy carrots. But that looks more remarkably like chili beef. Super. And I can only imagine it tastes like it. Bear in mind it hasn't got any chili in. Very good. I think the whole method of frying it, probably freezing it or refrigerating it, and then it going back in to the fryer, guarantees it doesn't go too chewy when the sauce gets on it. Which this has to a little bit, but not too bad. Chili beef. I can taste the beef in there, the hint of beef that you do get. Well, it's almost like a crackling flavour. I don't know if you can hear that crunch, but I'm definitely chuffed with, you know, that's going to go with my hacked egg fried rice and my hacked noodles, my hacked chicken balls, and everything else that I've managed to hack. Do enjoy cooking Chinese food. You know, the preparation's the hardest part. The cooking of it is very, very quick. But you know, chopping vegetables, getting everything ready, measuring out this, measuring out that. But family of 5 of us, it's nearly 40 quid now, and that's just the basics, sort of the basics. I get a good feel from that, but £40 a time for something that I am addicted to, it's a lot of money when you can recreate it yourself just by putting in a little bit of effort. Obviously we don't all like to cook all the time, so sometimes it's nice just to have a takeaway, but I always feel when I spent 40 quid on a takeaway food, if it doesn't hit the spot exactly for me, I'm always disappointed afterwards, and might as well have just gone and chucked £40 down the drain. And you know where you're at when you do it yourself. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. This one's worth recreating. Work at it yourselves for the flavouring. The flavouring is basically there already. The majority of the flavouring is in the sauce. A bit of garlic maybe, some chilli. But as far as it goes, that is crispy chilli, or crispy shredded beef as they call it. Been trying to work this out for years. Hope you enjoyed.